Hello everyone, good evening. I just forgot that we have to do bear, so I'll, get going as we start. I did one round of rallies already. I'll catch up on the chat in a sec. I need to start it with the farm as well. I buffed 10% for tonight for Canyon. So we're gonna see how it's gonna go for bear. But the first rally was... yeah, 10% is not crazy. Not crazy. Hello, hello. Hey, Yonid. Hello, Albe. Albe. T-Punch, Hunter, Star, Chris. Many of you are already there. Ward, welcome everyone. Gabriel. Welcome guys. And girls. So we're gonna kind of go back to back with events if, Oh, I did Canyon on my farm, so I don't have the... Let me do that. Let me get a better spot. I cannot teleport though. I'll manage to do it somehow. And I'll get my farmers coming back a bit quicker. Yo, Iceman. Ace, man. I recorded a guide for Canyon today, but I'll post it in 2 weeks from now. I need to edit it a lot and stuff, so it will be like... recorded it on the farm and it will be for next Canyon. So finally you will have a guide. Probably not the best guide I ever made of my life. It's not where I think I'm excelling at Canyon, so... but it's still gonna be useful for like all the newbies, everyone that's kind of their first few times, that don't have an alliance, that understand much about Canyon, and a few, sharing experience, I guess, from having playing it for over a year now, so hopefully that's helpful. Hey Martin. Hello. I'm a bit tired, probably see on my face. Somehow today was not an easy day energy-wise, very low energy. But 2 videos made like for the patch, that was exciting. Not the patch, but the developer feedback. Which some of it is more or less the next patch note, right? So that was pretty good in some ways, even if it was a bit short. But that's as well after the holiday season, so that kind of makes sense. Let me just check the music. The music should be low enough. Some of you already did Canyon today, or did it go? Hey, Xen. So we got destroyed in... we'll do that after as well. Pretty excited with the ×4, ×3, ×2. We'll see if I blow it up or if I make it happen, Let me just check that that things are working. Let me, just in case it plays an ad when I'm launching it. Okay, it seems to be working perfectly. That's good. Yes, I did Canyon, my alliance won, and I came third. That's pretty good. Pretty good. We got second. They were core and teamed us against us. That's happens, right? Sometimes it really feels like it in Canyon. That, they... you fight versus 2 teams. Well, I don't know for you guys, but LD9 player for me is like... really sucky lately. It's really not great. So these are kind of full. Let me fill it. 20 sec. Yeah, I'm 14. That's okay. Let me do that for the team. So yeah, for the one I used like with the farm our Legion 2 to recruit the guide, we got destroyed by the yellow team. We are the blue at the bottom, and the reds, like they were a lot weaker overall than everybody else. So they had, at some point, like the yellow was like taking 10%, maybe even a bit more of our part of canyon, and then the red zone was like fully yellow nearly. It was like it was like insane. Like the yellow were so strong they could get, but that's, you know, a Legion 2, so happens. We got jumped in canyon. One of the alliance we faced was the infantry, and whooped them, and we whooped them. Their canyon, they learned up. They teamed up. Sorry, I'm a bit tired with the other alliance. Luck is also bad. Okay, yeah. So you guys get teamed up today. Yeah, it's not part of the advice I got for Canyon, but that may be maybe a video to make. Is like how to team up, how to team up, you know, with another alliance to be second or first, you know, and to have the other one third. I have mine in 20 minutes. Any last minute advice? I mean, is that your first one? Or do you know how to play it, or what's... I think there are not that many advice for Canyon, to be honest. Unless you play at the proper... Like, you properly play as the team on voice, and you have, like, kind of leaders, and... Else, it's kind of like... it's just having a R4 managing the fuel well. And, you know, you using a tiny bit of your brain power, and that's gonna be okay. There are not that many tips. It's just kind of basic understanding of the mechanism of the battles, which is a bit different than the rest of the game. So that's important to understand who is capturing a building and how, these little things. But beyond that, it's like, I find it really straightforward, to be honest. Un canyon, peux-tu utiliser les mêmes héros que pour l'ours? Il te faut utiliser tes meilleurs héros pour canyon. C'est des vrais combats. So T-Punch is asking, like, what heroes do you use for canyon? You have to use your best heroes. You do not choose... Let me just join that, I'll show you. But you do not choose your troop ratio in canyon. So you have to use your best heroes. That's one event when if you go only only marksmen or only lancers, where you are falling behind if you skip a kind of troops, because you are not selecting the troop ratio. You have 100k of all the troops. So t'as 100 000 de chaque troupe. 100 000 de chaque troupe, et après tu veux tes héros principaux principalement. What's brain power? I don't have that. No, but I mean, when you understand the basics, the timing on the event and stuff, it's not a very complex event, again, unless you have like a team strategy and you have a role to play. But it's like, oh, they are, you know, the red is invading us, and then you send a bit on the red side. Oh, the blue is invading us, you send a bit on the blue side. And that's more or less how most people play it, to be honest. And that's good enough. That's kind of good enough. I think it could be, but I never played in an alliance that really had like a, you know, a team strategy that will be on voice, and that could be a very fun experience. I think in Canyon, if you do that, you can do a lot of cool things with whales on voice, and, you know, people are very reactive to some of the strategy elements. But for most of us, it's just, you know, just clicking where needs be. So I totally forgot about bear, else I would have maybe started a bit sooner. But yeah, I'm doing like 300, I'm doing 25% more with 10% buff, so that's not too bad. That's really not too bad. Let's do 18 billion. Can I do more? No, I cannot do more. I'll just chill at 18, you know, at 19 plus. Just go there, and that's gonna be good enough. Just need to make a bit of point on the farm, and Red and yellow were a bit stronger than us today, but somehow we took middle last 4 minutes and came second. So Springy, like that's one of the biggest mistake I see other people do is when you are second, you try to go for first and you lose to the third that they are taking middle. And that's, I think, like the people, I mean, you guys could play well and make it happen and they cannot do anything about it. But often what I've seen is like the second team is really going all in to try to be first when it's really, really tough for them to do. And they end up being third. Like if you are a team on voice and you have a proper strategy, then I'll go for first. But if you are like playing randomly without anyone putting markers and leading the group and no voice and stuff, I'll be like, secure second. But you know, we did finish first in quite a few alliances I've been in. Third, sorry. In that situation because the other team got middle at the last moment. And sometimes it feels we got teamed up, right? Like, you know, the access to the middle, like the gates, they got taken from us by the two other alliances, and then, you know, they take middle from us or something like that, and you're like, it's gonna be terrible. That was my main march that I sent to someone, because it's kind of lagging a bit, so... But that was Magnus, so... It's just I cannot send a main march to attack the bear anymore. It does not matter. Oh, my farm is here, so Magnus is actually okay then. Oh, we do here. We do, yeah, I usually do 4.8 on the farm, so nothing to stress about, nothing to worry about. I just want to do one more of these if I can today. That's all I want to do. I kept a lot of things to do in the game, but you know, that's not super sexy, but we have a bit of dice to play, we have a bit of me as fortune. We have mercenary prestige. We can do some, I was about to say king shot, but that's not king shot. That's not the same thing. Some of these dead shots, we can do that. Wherever I went, a whale jumped in. I mean, if you think about it, at the map, there are like 4 or 6 intersections, right? Where you can kind of, like gates, I think they call them gates, right? That you can go and attack the opponents and stuff, right? There are only 4 gates at the beginning, then because 2 are kind of stuck behind the storm old castle, whatever, like the thing that unlocks after 20 minutes. So you mostly use 4 of them. So when you have 4 gates, like you just need basically 2 whales, you know, on their sides. Even 1 whale on each side to be there, to have their best march around, and you're gonna be in trouble, so... Should I join more? Yeah, I need a few more. Let me, you know, let me sacrifice for the team. Because I kind of need, don't need that much points. But I need quite a few more rallies because these are not big eaters, so it's gonna take a little while to make the points. It's gonna take a little while to make the points. I need to do the fuel as well tonight, so let's promote 2 people for the fuel. That's something I forgot to put in my guide. You can put... you can put these Legion Commanders. We have Sharky and Doublons. Salut T-Punch, bonne chance pour le canyon. À toutes. So are we getting lucky for the dice? 1, 1, 3. That's keeping all that matters. Oh wow. That was meant to be. It's keeping everything that I need. 4, 3, okay. Well, the one you don't want, that's not really useful. 5, wow. Yeah, it's keeping everything that matters. 4, just in between of everything that's important. 2, that's terrible. I mean, that's fair enough, but sometimes, you know, you feel it's kind of done on purpose. 2, let's do 3, 4. Okay, wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a bad luck it feels sometimes. So we got to the milestone 300, which is not too bad. I'm not gonna get... I'm hesitating to get the mount skin, the marching skin. My eye is hurting, not my eyes, but my left eye is hurting. Somehow. It's like someone is putting a needle into it. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's good that we have Dr. Star to tell me what's going on, but... So we need a bit more, right? Because my March, I did not join again a great rally, so they are not gonna do crazy points. So we're gonna need to be joining a few more of these just to be on the safe side. Sharky is is an okay one. That's gonna be okay. Let's do more and more run on the farm. I don't know what to get to. Yeah. I mean, I like the March skin, like for the Flame Lion and stuff, but I just like the Meteor too much, to be honest. At that stage, I'm like when you have the Meteor, what else do you want to use? You know, unless you get bored of it. But I'm nowhere near close to getting bored of it, so it's far too soon to get bored of it. But what do you focus on, Xen, at the moment? Are you doing like hero gear? I guess most people, you can always get mithril or some of the chest. I might just get hero gear chest, you know. I might just get a bit of mithril or hero gear chest. I'm gonna go so crazy on hero gear chest in the future, so... I'm really like pushing on that a lot, so... that I started. Let's do one of these just to not be maxed stamina later, just in case, but that should be okay. Because we have some of these as well. You might get the frame. That's really okay to get. You should get it. It's like, you know, at some point it will be cheap stats. It's maybe not at the beginning, but at some point it's quite cheap stats. So I will totally get it, to be honest. So we should be, just in case my rally is very bad, but it should not be. I'll join like 2 of the little ones that don't do that much points. That's a low... My farm is not buffed. Igor is like a low capacity, so it should not be too much of a strong rally. Kiwak. So that should be secured. I'm bored of the Snowbuster ones. Yeah, they're not gonna be fun for very long, I think. I'm gonna use them a bit, but not too long. So let's roll some dice. We have a lot to do, and I'm very tired, so I don't know. I might not stream for 3 hours after Canyon. We'll stay a bit after Canyon anyway. A lot of things to do, but let's see if we get lucky. 1. Ah, come on. Wow. Never falling on this stuff. Haha, insane. Four? No, 1? Yes. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Wow. 2 SSR shards. Oh, again. Wow. 3 hours, 6 hours speed up. Wow, it's terrible. 2, 600. Okay, so we got a bit of luck. We got a bit of luck. 2, that's not too bad. That starts to be... That's why you're like, you know... It starts to be a lot, it feels to me, but some people are complaining about it, but I don't know, it starts to give a lot of reward at that stage. So now I love to do 1, but I cannot do, you know. Let's do 5C, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's gonna be here. Because that's a lot of gem as well. That's really cool. I need some gems. So again, this one, 500, not too bad. 3, so let's do 1 more. And 5. So I cannot get on this one. I really cannot get on this one. Should we try to do that? More than 5? 6. Okay, that's all we needed. That's done. So the rest I'll keep for later tomorrow, but then I'm not gonna be able to go to 600. I'm really nowhere near going to 600, and that's 10k, and 10k, you know, is not that much. It's not even that thing, you know. That one I really love. Like the city skin is really amazing, I find. It's one of my favorite ones. But it's only 12 mithril, wow. It's only 12 mithril. That's pretty rough, mithril wise. But that's a lot of gems. I'm keeping everything. So I mean, I'm getting some from other sources, right? But that's 100k. This event gave me like a lot, so that's gonna be pretty cool when we open all of these. Getting up quite a bit in resources, speed ups, that's, you know, whenever I train, that's gonna be good to be able to train so many research speed ups. Should we do it? We'll do it before Canyon. I need a few more of these. Nobody can start bare ones anyway, so. So we are 35. Thank you guys. Welcome to everyone. Welcome everybody. You went to Sona already, Xen, or you go later? I just saw your message on Discord. We start to have quite a few friends with Sona, so we try to get invited now, you know. It's getting more and more popular here as well. I mean, probably popular where you are anyway. It's like, for us, it's getting more and more popular. So that's secure, that's shield, that's just what I needed. So, you know, there is no point to go beyond, you know. Not blaming anyone, but, you know, we're not gonna go to 38 today, so... We don't have the people... I went to Sona already. Okay, cool, so you are chill. Chill and relaxed. So we can go Canyon. We did the rally, that's perfect. What else can we do before Canyon? Maybe we just see if we can, you know, upgrade one piece of gear or something. Can give a tiny bit of XP to my dude. Yes, that's 1 level, you know, you never know. 2 levels, 3 levels, 4 levels, wow. Maybe one more here? No. Okay. Then let's go Canyon. I'll just... just, you know... No shame advertising my stream on the Alliance chat. I don't really promote, to be honest. I don't really do promotion of the channel and stuff. So, Canyon Clash tutorial. Perfect. There we go. So we are blue again. You cannot really see much about your opponents, right? House of King, I mean, I've seen these guys before. Apex, that's a kind of a not so rare name, so I don't really know them. Don't really remember who they are, from where they are coming from, but House of King, I remember them a bit, yeah. Maybe in Arena. In my new alliances, they don't do a strategy for Canyon or Foundry. Yeah, many alliances don't, to be honest. Many alliances don't. That's why, like, the Canyon guide I made is more like if you don't have a strategy. Because I was never in an alliance that had a strategy as well. So probably why, but I think I'm gonna offer help with that because I like when it's more structured. Yeah, I mean, that's the trap of becoming an R4. It's like it's not as you want it to be. So you start to help, and then before you know, you are doing Foundry, Canyon, recruitment, drama. How do you guys like to do it? For me, I like to be 3 marches at the very beginning, and then I split like one left, one right, one middle, and I don't know how to pronounce it anymore. I just adjust the power basically of it. So here I tend to wait a bit to be after number 5. So I could get to the other ones and get some kills right away as well. So see, I can get 1 kill here and I can get 1 kill here. So my marches are doing all okay now. I make points right and left already, so that's a little trick that you can use. You just delay a bit the start and then... That's gonna me getting 2 kills as well. So let's give to strong people to start with. And then we'll give to others later. Oh, that's Gwen that I have here, okay. So these are battling, perfect, let's give it to people. Let's give the fuel to people, yes. It's not the kind of oil money, you know? It's still fuel, but... does not allow for all money. So we advance and 1 will go here as well. So we'll go 1 middle. We're already kind of doing that. And see, it works, right? I'm at the top to start with. It's not crazy, it's, you know, it's not a big thing, but it's a... Oh, so they are taking it here, so let's go. Oh, that's what that one, that's terrible. So I have 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Do I see someone low? I'm trying to think about the usual ones, you know, that are low. They are not going here, so let's go here, here. They're not really going to our territory, so... Let's go, you know? Let's go into the territory. And this one I want to be closer to here. And let's arrange the fuel a bit. So Denise is low. It's cool we have Denise. He rarely does Canyon. He's one of our stronger players, so... Salut Neko, Neko Fire, bienvenue. Bah c'est cool, tu me diras ce que t'en penses, si c'était utile, s'il y a des questions. So I can give that to someone. Miss Cats need it far more than I do. So I can finally put some pressure on them. And how is it going here? Yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, to be honest, with the buffs and stuff. I'm, you know... I'm not killing much, but just like too many people in these. It's because we are kind of stuck, you know, at the choke points, right? We are not like, they are not in our territory, we are not in their territory, so there are not that many targets to... Star is in Apex, yes, maybe, but I don't think that's the same Apex. But maybe it's him, you think? No, it's very unlikely. It's the same gen, right? Should be same gen. So, I mean, he is not that far, right? So if the Alliance was a lot stronger, but I think it's the same gen of heroes for the matchmaking. I would assume at least. So I'm barely losing power, I'm killing people, so it's a very chill. It's time you can swap and give people what they need. Sharky needs some fuel. Sultan is good as well. Moroccan needs some fuel. Let's give it to Igor. So where did I die? I died somewhere here, right? They're not really going strong. So let's me split a bit. Oh, I died here. Okay. But they're kind of weak. But there is a 4.4 million guy, so that's the issue. Let me swap to the Legion in Kedar, like things said. I don't know what happened, but my connection is having issues lately. Yeah, I agree. I don't think in the same Apex. It's a, you know, it's Southern States. It's a bit much. But I'm sure some states, some alliances from Southern State away can beat and kick our butts. With like Gen 6 or something, if they are really crazy. I'll leave it here. For now it's very chill, we get stuck in buildings and stuff. It made me realize I totally forgot some strategy points I wanted to cover in the video. So Shark, what is that? El Patron is super low. Where is he? Oh, I should have went there. We're gonna lose it. The thing I forgot to mention in the video strategy for Canyon is, okay, you can lock some wells, you know, like we have like 5.5 million guy, 5.1 million guy. If we have another big ones, you know, you just send weak players and you lock them in. How is it going here? 3.2. Yeah, that's not too bad. And there is Webster, so... But these are strong folks, so it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. Can give mine away for sure. We have that opening in 8, so we have a bit of time. Yeah, I'm starting to get low, but that's okay. I got enough fuel for now. I mean, if I keep dying, eventually it's gonna be an issue. I'm gonna die again soon, so... That dude is not gonna last forever. But he's giving points, he's giving points. Catching up, but you see like all these people are like crazy. That Apex Jenny, I don't know where she is, but hopefully she's on the enemy side, you know. She's not here. She might be here. Jenny, she's here. 5.3. 5.4. Oh, she was against Denise. That's but she did not lose that much. Oh, she lost quite a bit against his main march. Okay. We died again, and we died closer to middle, but that's a bit too soon to go here. So. Lola is getting some. Let's give it to them. I really wish they make these things better to read. Like that's always a headache every week. When you're looking for someone, people change position all the time. It's really like a not cool. Lord, they just put me R4 now. I will not see anyone till next time I transfer. Haha. Yes. I mean, it's I really like being R4. It's just taking a lot of time, to be honest. But that's, for me, that's a lot of enjoyment, so... So we are here. But someone is coming, right? So... And I'm soon enough, so that's good enough here. Let's move to the next one. We're a bit too much. And this one, you know, it's gonna be happening soon here. So far it's very close, right? Nothing much going on. You know, we are... second or first. Depends a bit. It's very close. Nobody is kind of intruding, you know, in anybody's territory. They are pushing a bit here right now, so... It's kind of a boring, chill beginning, I guess. We have quite a few people online. How can you see how many? 23, 23, 23. So it's for now it's very balanced. I'll catch the music for a while. I might need to buy a duo kind of subscription to Spotify. The wife needs it for a bit. So what do we do? They're about to open. We are not really ready. I don't really have any marches that is ready to get it. So Jenny is here. And Jenny is a pain in the So that there well, so that's a bit of an issue. She's a bit 3.8. I mean, I'm stuck, so... I'm not gonna be able to, but I'm gonna keep her buddy for a little bit, at least. Wow. That was quick. So let me go back. Webster is here. We are chasing her. That's in 2 minutes, so we have a bit of time. We have a bit of time for that. Here I'm smashing people a bit, so yeah, I'm still doing okay. This one is still alive somehow. That's kind of what happened when you're not too weak, you know, like on my farm. Today I just died all the time. I spent my event dying, and having to send back marches back and forth, dying, and it was non-stop. Here it's like kind of chill. So let's give it to someone else. That's maybe a bit more in it. Let's make sure Denis is not running out of fuel. He should not. But just make sure. I can swap mine as well. I did not die in a very long time, so let's sell Bury, let's help people that really need Sultan as well. Fahad. So we kick our butts, that's pretty good. Let's go here. So Sultan is ready. You can see who is, you know, who knows how to play, I guess, in some ways. That's, you know, some names you can note down for later. The one that do the right stuff. Here, like, they are not doing the right stuff, the right ones. Nobody is in here. I'll get here with this one. That's a bit terrible when you're not taking your building. That's give a lot. They're getting in it, but you know, that will be quite enough of... So I'm getting attacked. They're pushing pretty strong here, so let's go. Let's get going. These are 3 kills for me. And here, let's see what's going on. But you see, they'll get it. They'll be at the bottom. It will be red for them. So they will be the one with it. So that's okay. We tried. It did not work. Here we should be okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to move for a little bit, so... Oh, they are coming here. I don't know if Twinkle is strong. Let's see. Twinkle is not strong. Fuel is really an issue when you're more than 15. Beyond is very easy to manage, but some people die a lot, so that's the issue when you die a lot back to back. It's a bit insane. So can we take it eventually? We might. That's totally totally beatable unless they are sending some of their bigger player. And so far we are taking the lead slowly, so that's decent. Here they are pushing, they are strong, but you know, like I can really help. I'm strong enough that I can really help. That's gonna be okay. Girlie is around the corner. That's gonna be okay as well. As soon as that's one, I can move forward, and that's gonna be pretty good for us, to be honest. So who needs a lot of fuel? Who is very low? Bury, but is already here. Assassin, let's swap a bit. Because some people are really good at burning a lot of fuel, so if you give them the best one, they'll burn it anyway, and you know, they might benefit someone a bit stronger, that dies a bit less, even if these, you know, these people play less, I guess. So here we good. Here we good. Denise is around the corner. I mean, we want to get a decent control of middle. On the left, on the right, sorry. We only got Bury and they are pretty strong. We got Igor. Yeah, these guys are a bit weak, so it's not really gonna work. It's not really gonna work. So right will need a bit of love from a strong march. So if I die, eventually will I die? Nowhere near. Not gonna die here as well. Here is kind of just starting, so maybe I'll send it now. But so far we do okay. We have a small lead. It's very steady. Very stable. Matchmaking seems to be okay. It will just be a question about, I guess, who get middle. That's probably the outcome. Yeah, that's gonna be close. It's 3.4. I will be... How much is this one? Wow, they're going strong here. Let's enjoy that. So I'm 2.6 on the lowest one. So yeah, it's not really gonna work. It's gonna be a bit low, but that's gonna be okay. Doublon is here again. Yeah, yeah, there is Webster. So, and she's against him. So I mean, he's losing power quite faster. It's crazy how much a stronger player stays alive. You can see that the difference between the two seems to be going down a lot, very quick, but that's going down so much faster. Here it's, I mean, I'll get to the next building, basically. I'll get to the next building very easy. That's gonna be putting a bit of pressure on yellow. Yellow is the second one, so they are actually doing quite well right now because they managed to go into the red territory a lot. So that's, you know, flying through the battlefield. I really like the meteor. I don't regret spending so many gems for it, even if it's not really, you know, real power. I really like it. It's really cool. So, am I going there or are they moving? Let me go there. I'm just worried they are moving. And they are, that's the Air 160 is not very, I might need to swap my march because my third march is not strong enough for him. So I might want to do that. Oh, it's gonna get in after anyway. It's gonna get in after anyway. But if my weakest march dies, I have better chance. With all of that now. It's gonna be a bit better. So let's move. That's gonna be defended. Let's be on the offense. And here, do I have a chance? Yeah, it's just a lot of points. It's gonna take forever. But I'm quite stronger than these guys even, so I might just, you know, even if I'm below in power, my main march should be... Yeah, it's quite close in power, so they might kick my butt, to be honest. I might just die now. So let's get some fuel. Oh yeah, we need to swap these. These guys have a lot. Morocco needs some love. Who needs some love and fuel? Yeah, I got destroyed. Yeah, he got half of his power left, so let's go there. That's okay. That's really okay. The good thing is gonna be able to go to the next one. The middle is 8 minutes, so we have a tiny bit of time. Hope your battle is going well. If you are fighting as well, I mean, they are fighting very hard here, so that's all, you know, all good for us. But the yellow means they are making a lot more points, so... They have Pikachu, they are getting this one back. If they get this one back, it's gonna lower the amount of points yellows are doing a lot, and it's gonna be good for us, so... Oh, they're getting inside as well, so we got some pushback. Do we have people in need, in big needs? So far it's quiet here, it's not too busy. Here we managed to defend. So let's go on the right. In the main focus right now is like that the red is not getting the castle at the end because they're quite behind. They can come back, but they're quite behind, and that the yellow is not getting, you know, too much ahead. I'm gonna get revenge on that Wild Bill guy. And I'm gonna be with quite some troop left. That's gonna be really okay. Let's put some pressure and then put some pressure there. That's very well defended. Wobster is 6 billion, so that's pretty insane, to be honest. Denise is going as well, so that's gonna be cool. We're gonna put nice pressure right here. Oh, there is Jenny, so we're not gonna put any pressure. But she's locked. She's locked. She's locked in their castle. She's not making points. She's not pushing. She's not stealing anything. So that's the part that's pretty good. But I'm gonna die, so that one's gonna die. She's gonna destroy us. I mean, Denise is pretty strong, but she's really, really good. Wow, they managed to get these. So yellow is really good. Is doing, you know, is really hurting the reds more than we do. So they might have one of their wells, you know, on the red side, which we don't really see. Five minutes for middle. Let's swap a bit. Well, we need to give some to Denise. He died quite a bit. So let's get somewhere to middle. We need to beat a bit of a contribution here. Let's move. Because we need a bit of mobility on the bigger ones. And that's Jenny 4.8k, so that's not gonna go anywhere. I cannot really defend that. She will cut the access to this one, and we'll never get back. So, but you see, like, people are fighting with their 3 march together, and that's really fine. That's a mistake, to be honest. I think people just do that for convenience. I really think that's a mistake. So I really think you should have your march spread out. Hey Tonton, salut Sat. Man, I miss Canyon today. What happened? What happened? How could you? Oh, there you. That's okay. Hope it was nothing bad. Happens. Oh, we are 51. Welcome, everybody. I missed a lot of shit on WoW these past weeks. Yeah, you have been a bit more busy, you said, right? Hopefully things are okay. But it is what it is. Life is more important, so... Dear Tonton, thank you for putting up your content. I learned a lot from you, and you helped me to manage things in the game. Thank you, Borga. You're very welcome. It is what it is meant for, As as simple as it sounds, it's really, trying to help. So if you find it helpful, it makes me happy. I went to buy a car. Okay, that's a good problem to have. Like I said, my car is, does not cost as much as my account in Whiteout Survival, but I don't really need a car, so... Except I live in the countryside, and that's practical for that. I don't really need a car. I wish sometime you could cancel your marches when you do something stupid. What did you bought? Do you want to tell us? I'm not really into cars. I don't really know much about cars, so... I know some names of cars. Renault Clio. So that I know, Renault Clio. That's from where I live. But why would you buy a Renault Clio? Like, I feel that the French cars, like, we have a Peugeot. Like, English people say Peugeot, I think, but it's Peugeot. That's how you say it. We got like a 3008, 3008, and like it's like the gas oil car. It's like 10 years plus, 200 plus 100 kilometers, 200k kilometers and stuff. We just spend our life fixing it at the garage and stuff. Probably had thrown it out 5,000 €5,000 worth of repair ago, I guess. So I went looking for the past few weeks and finally settled on the Renault Clio. I actually never bought a car in a dealership. I never went even to test a car in a dealership, if I'm thinking about it. I've always bought second-hand one. I don't even know how it works. Like, oh, so middle is here. Can I get in? No, I cannot, right? Where is my march? Where is my march? Oh, I have 2 marches at the same spot. That's terrible. What am I doing? So let's see. So it's gonna be red. Middle is gonna be red, which is terrible. That's the last one we wanted them. It was either blue or yellow, but red is terrible for us. So where am I? I have 1 march here. Are they going to me? They are coming to me. 1 march here. This should go towards middle. Oh, we have far too many people going middle. That's really stupid. Like, people are going insane on middle. See how many people are stuck in that freaking middle? Let's go one. This one is here. This one is stuck here. So let's go here. Oh, I'm lagging. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys have lag in Whiteout Survival? Because I checked my Starlink and it has nothing to do with Starlink. It really has nothing to do with it. I mean, yeah, it has nothing to do with my connection. So that's really, really surprising. Let's give that to Denise. And let's swap people around a bit. Yeah, someone gave them to. I mean, yellow is going crazy middle. But is yellow managing to cut access to middle? They are not really doing cutting access to middle yet. So it's just gonna be stuck player. So that's a bit stupid for them. I mean, I'm really happy if they get stuck middle. I don't mind, to be honest. As long as they don't get it at the end. But that's a lot of more income for us right now. And we're gonna get that one as well. And we will be able to bother them right here if you know, if things goes to plan. That's gonna be really, really good. Because we're gonna be able to go here before they can defend here. And we can refresh, and that's just all for us. That's all for us, and that's really good because they go middle, so we can take some real estate. Let's help Kiwak a bit. We do quite okay, to be honest. It's like steady, but Igor is like really in lack of fuel. Who else? I have enough, so I can happily give my spot. I need to give better to Denise, especially when someone is like full. I need to give better to Betty as well. I mean, to someone else. Let's do Moroccan for a bit. Kiwak. Kiwak again. It's really annoying when the buildings are kind of getting. So Igor is okay for now. He's okay. Emma has some. Let's do Shark. Wow, I got killed twice. So we need a bit of help here. I mean, I called it out. Like, nobody went to help in time, but we'll see if we can get it back, because that's really, really hurting us right now. That was really terrible. Really, these guys are good at convincing you to buy shit you don't need. They should work on what's on selling packs. I mean, you know, there are systems in the game that they don't need sales rep to sell you packs. I guess it's called frustration. It's called frustration by design. What's going on here? He's gonna get crushed. He's gonna get crushed, and here we slowly winning. So we need to, I need to bet to get my best match somewhere here. And this one. Okay, so we manage. We need to get a lot of. That's really we are. Yeah, we are behind now. The guy was trying to convince me to buy a new Peugeot. It was amazing how good he was at convincing me. He said it's a perfect family car. What model of the Peugeot? I mean, the issue I have with the French cars, you know, and I'm French, is like, you know, don't keep them too long. Really don't keep them too long before you need to repair them. I don't know which one, you know, if we change, I don't know what we buy, but I don't think I go Peugeot or Renault. I think I really go like a Japanese or that kind of brand that, you know, when they have 200,000 kilometers, you don't have to change every little pieces. So, you know, I really liked actually the Peugeot and the Clio or what the Renault we had, but they just cost so much when they are old. So it's like, you know, enjoy them, sell them before it's too late. I told him I want a car for my wife so I can have some peace of mind, not get divorced. Okay, that's fair enough, but that's a bit of an expensive relationship saver. I always get a loading circle randomly also. Okay, so it's maybe not just me, because today was kind of bad for connection in the game. Was not really good. We are totally getting destroyed. I don't know if they are ganking up on us or what we are trying to do and we fail, but we are getting cooked. We lost so much. That's a bit insane. And maybe it's fuel the problem, right? For some people. Ugurlu has some. Doublons needs more. Moroccan is a... Do we have a stronger player that could use it? The new 3008. So that's the one we have, but we just have, you know, the one from like 12 years ago, I think. But the pure tech engine are problematic. Okay, yeah. I really don't know these things, man. Like for me, the less it costs, the better it is for cars. That was never really a thing for me. But you have to get a practical one, right? I really like the 3008 and 8 that we have because we can, for example, we put like a mattress in it and we go sleep, you know. We go sleep in nature. It's like kind of have a minivan where you can, but you cannot go for multiple days, right? You don't have a shower and stuff, but we can sleep in the car. We can go see sunsets, you know, we can go see whatever we want. Sunrise, sunsets. In summer, we like to do that. That's pretty good. So I try again 50-0-50 against 60-40 and it was great. Tornado, I think both works. Yeah, I think both works. You might want to use, if you use Mia, you might want to use 4% Lancers again and do your test again. That should be far better. That should be quite better. What's your thought on 40-0-60? Probably works as well, you know? It depends on, like we've seen a lot of these and it depends on the generation. But I had someone from the Discord. Wow, I got so many messages nowadays. So that was Felix. So Felix did test. He has Sonia, so they are Gen 8. Yeah, no, he did not test 60-0-40. He takes 60-40-0 and the 48 for 48. Oh no, they did 60-0-50 as well. 60-0-40, they did as well. So it really depends on the gens. There are many ratios going on, but you know, you get the idea, right? It's like it's two troops between 40 and 60 of them. Some joiners, we kind of know them by now. The joiners, hopefully that's clear. It's more like the rally leader that are a bit weird sometimes. Like some people tried with rally leader with Molly in Gen 8, 9, 10. Or with Philly, and sometimes it works, you know, when you don't use Lancers, for example. Somehow it works very well. So I don't think that everything is figured out yet, you know, because like always, I got everyone telling me one thing and it's contrary. But I never know how people did test, right? When someone is coming to me say, "Oh, you know, I tested that and it works better," 99% of the case I don't have the data to back it up. So I just have to trust the person's word that it was tested properly without any bias, without any mistakes, without any misunderstanding, without any issue on the joiner side. And when I have data about people doing tests, most of the time their joiners are wrong, for example. Like it's like they have 4JC on one side and they have mixed joiner on the other side, and they're like, yeah, one side is better than the other. It's like, yeah, of course it is. So it's really not easy to navigate for me to know what works and what is not working, because I see everything and the opposite, and I don't have the data of either side. So, and we don't really do tests currently on my state. So yeah. That's where we are. So it's really not easy to follow, but you know, I see the videos popping right and left about all these things of other content creators as well. What did I do? Wow, we are getting invaded. And we are the last one by far. Wow. I thought it was in the bag to be second easily, but we need middle, else we are cooked. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Who would have thought? We need middle. We need to block them. We need to revive. My favorite was content creator. Thank you, Matt. Me and my friend try it by attacking each other on gathering tiles. It could be, but it's limited, right? It's very different from a rally with joiner. So if you care to burn a city or to win a foundry, or you know that's a that's the issue with testing. If you wanted to do, and it's really not throwing a stone at anybody. You know, it's like proper testing requires a lot of online players. If you do it, you can either do it with like you just test the ratio, so you just test, you know, troops versus each other. But the issue with that is like some troops are working because of heroes. So then you start to need to have heroes. So you can start one march versus another march, like you've done on the tile. That's a good beginning, right? But it's very different from a rally with different joiners, right? If you test like 48 4 48, it works with 4 Nora a lot differently than it works with others. And you know, some like 60 40 0, it works with a René. So let's say you are Gen 9, you did not use a René in your scenario, you use a solo march without a René. What did I do? I sent someone somewhere that I did not wanted to, but that's okay. You did not have the René, and it could be that the same ratio with like 4 Nora on the marksman side, and with 1 René, 1 JC, 1 Patrick, and maybe 1 Wooming is actually better, right? So it's a bit depending on what do you test for. Do you test for solo march and burning a city? Do you test for rally and getting Sunfire Castle battle? Do you test for getting tyrants? It's like, you know, these things are not the same as well. What works is not the same to me. It's really not the same. So, and often we get a bit confused with that. So we should not cut. I mean, we should cut everybody. We should cut everybody from middle. But so it's a bit hard. And even like people doing the rallies, I've seen some people contacting me, like they've done like an evening of rallies. So they had 4, 5, 6 rally leader, they had a 10 joiner up. So, you know, you need like 10, 15, 20 people up. And they rallied. And you look at the reports and yeah, the joiners are off compared to the meta. Because, you know, people are not following the meta, so I cannot really, you know, it's really, really tough. Like, we should have like a dummy. That's something, you know, I gave feedback to the community manager. Something we should have is like some I don't know if on war games, but like, you know, in Diablo 4, you have a dummy room. They have dummies and you can try your skills on them. And you can see what the best combination and the damage you do. And so you don't have to go outside in a non-controlled environment and try things and stuff. So if they give us like a testing tool rally, you select the troop, you select the tier of the troops, you select everything you want, you select the joiner, the stuff, and you run rallies and you run combinations and you try things, and that will be amazing if we can get that one day. Even if it has a bit of a cost or it's limited in the amount of things you can do, because you know it's gonna be quite quickly figured out if that's the case. But it feels like a loss. It really feels like a loss. Because we're not gonna cut red from middle. Revive. Deploy. I'll focus on middle, but yeah. Thanks for explaining. So yeah, I don't know if it helps. Because the joiners and stuff change everything, right? And you know, in rally, defense tend to have 3 widgets, offense tend to have 2 widgets, unless you use Geronimo. So it's a very different setup as well. So it's really not easy to do proper testing, I think. That's something I want to look into more. Maybe there are better ways to do it, and that are a bit. That's one video I want to make is like how to do testing. Because I think that's one of the most like. How do you want to make decision for yourself if you don't know how to test things properly? So that's. But I need to make a bit of research and kind of bounce back my understanding of how to do things versus people that do actually proper testing. That will be one good thing to do. But I am worried that we're gonna be freaking last. Because nobody managed to catch each other from middle and we got ganked for like a while, and that's really, really hurt us too much. Really hurt us too much. So that's not a good day for us. And I did not do a good job for fuel. I think I kind of slacked on fuel. See how bad it is? I mean, we've lost anyway, but could have helped us a bit. Is there anything? I don't even rank. Doublon did good. He's a marksman player. Dr. Doublons? Doubloons? 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 I don't know how you pronounce. He's a marksman player for some rendering. Wow. First one to get it. That's what you should do. I've been doing some points on this event. Let's get people gather if they want to. So 45, let's get the title if we can. How did it go for you guys? For the battle? Oh, we can get the title, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. So let's get going with all the little things we have to do today when we chat as well. In your opinion, should we having all heroes 4-star? We know upcoming update might need them. So that could be one way to go about it. But you know, I feel that after starting Gen 5 or 6, as soon as you are VIP 9, for me it's really important to get your heroes to 5 stars, to be honest. Really, really important. for arena, for everything you do, it gets, you know, I really find it gets terrible if you get 4-star hero at that stage of the game. I never done it, so I might have a bias because I never keep my hero 4-star after Gen 4 actually. And but I found that arena is hard enough. All of the aspects of the game are hard enough with 4-star heroes. So with 5-star, sorry. So I can't imagine with 4. I can't imagine with 4 if it's like a if it's really working or not. It's, you guys might have more experience than me with the 4-star. But I really think I would rather, go back eventually, spend 200. Because what will happen, right? If they are doing further skill changes and the joiners are changing, I'm not sure they will be doing much more. They remove very specific skill, which was stun, which was very confusing for people and totally unused, right? So people don't understand how stun work, the impact of stun in the game, so they removed it. That's fair enough. That's really fair enough. And the other ones, they were, except that there was very minor changes. So I'm not sure they will revamp all of these, massively, but they could. But if they do, what will happen is, if you look at, let's say I want to do wooming, right? Wooming is one of the best joiners. Now, it's gonna cost me 200 shards to do wooming if I want to for a joiner, because the game gonna give me this shard for free over time. So I'd rather do wooming later if I really need to, than anticipate and try to get all of them to 4 stars and be weak in case they are changing the game eventually one day, if you know what I mean. So I'll keep to 5 stars. I think that's worked the best. And then if one day there is like one rally joiner that you must have, like I think the best example is Nora. You did not do Nora, and your state is like, we go 48 for 48, everyone join with Nora. So that's one hero you can stack. And you'll be like, either I don't join the rally or I get Nora. So if she's Gen 5, Gen 7, you will get, most of that, and it's gonna cost you 250, 300 shards to finish her. Is that good to use this shard on a joiner? It's not great. Is that bad? If that's what you need to do, you need to do. That's okay. Would you rather have... Oh, we can do a would you rather if you want. That can be fun. And you guys give me 2 options. Amos 5 stars or Gero 4.1. Gero 4.1. Depending when, right? But, I'll rather get Gero 4.1 very early in the game. So I get good join. I get a good rally leader for a while, and I get... Sorry, I'm a bit tired today. Amos is not used as a joiner, so you're gonna replace him by Hector. Anyway, Gen 5, so his joining skills are already not useful right now, not very much. So I'll prefer Geronimo overall. In Gen 4, you might prefer an Amos Max, right? Than a Geronimo 4 stars, but for every other gens, you prefer a Geronimo. At least I. So quite a bit of this to go through. I'm gonna burn a bit of stamina now. I'll check the chat later. Why do we have all these red dots? So we're gonna wait a bit to speed up the troops. One month ago into Gen 4, only wanted Amos to replace Flint, but could push VIP 10 to 4-star Geronimo. So that's a bit of a different situation, right? So why would you... Like, the thing with Geronimo, it depends on why you want them, right? Geronimo is better than Hector, but right now Hector seems to be actually very close to Geronimo. So the issue you will face is that if you have a 4-star Geronimo and you don't have a level 10 widget and you have a 4-star Hector, I did not see a lot of tests, you know, without Geronimo, with Geronimo having no widgets, for example. So I don't really know, but my understanding is like Hector is really close to Geronimo right now. So I will assume that Geronimo without a widget is not better than Hector. So it makes Geronimo is gonna cost you some money to be probably not better than Hector. And you will get Hector for free soon. So unless you go to Geronimo widget 10 and you want that little extra for Bear, then it could make sense. Else, I don't know if I will do Amos 5-star, to be honest. I think I will prefer to... If you want an infantry, you can do Amos 4 stars. I think you have better time doing Gwen 5 stars, unless you have many shards and you transferred a lot, and consider Nora 4 stars to 5 stars as well. I think that's a lot better right now in the current meta understanding of the game and everything. I think it's going to be a lot better for you long term. So I'll wait for Hector if Geronimo is 4.1. If Geronimo 4.1, I will totally wait for Hector. Because without the widget, I'm really not sure Geronimo is better. And again, the issue with Geronimo is like it's gonna cost you for the widget. It's gonna cost you for the shards. And Hector, you don't need the widget. It's a defensive widget. Hector, you can do level 1 widget for Arena, level 2 widget for rallies. You don't have to stress about the widget. Geronimo, it's an offensive widget. You have to do it. And you're not really leading if you are there, probably, if you're at that stage without Geronimo and stuff, so I would not bother, to be honest. I think Geronimo 4 stars, you probably invested quite a bit of money already on Geronimo, but you know, unless you are willing to do the widgets. If you are willing to do the widgets, either you do it with the Olaf Chief kind of thing, like Olaf, not Olaf Chief, Olaf... all of heroes from here, unless you do it from here, eventually. But yeah. So I don't know if it helps. Let me know if it's helpful to you. I'm trying to get rid of my red dots, but somehow it's not really wanting to. Hector widgets work in defense for your city. If you are in a rally situation, yes, it does. It's a defensive widget on Hector. So it does not matter for Bear. That's defender troop attack, right? So that's defense. That's working all the time, the 40% lethality, but you don't care, you know. You don't care lethality on infantry for Bear. Like that's useless. That's a very much useless stat. Do I keep my dice for tomorrow? Do I keep my dice for tomorrow? I think I'll keep these dice for tomorrow to get some of these missions. I don't think I want to buy more. I'm not sure what to get, to be honest here. That's so little mithril. You know, that's getting a bit better. Maybe I buy out that. Maybe I buy out that. It's insane when you think about it, how much it costs to get these, but I really need so many. Or charms. Or charms. We'll see how we do tomorrow here. Shall we do... my widget is +7 on 0, but I could just drop it for Hector. I mean... You are kind of as in between as... as you can be, right? Your Geronimo is nearly there. You soon have Hector. How much money is it for you to put? I mean, Geronimo is gonna cost you money. That's really the thing. Like, if you buy a $100 pack for Geronimo, you can buy that $100 pack for whatever else. And you're gonna gain a tiny bit damage on Bear for that $100. But for me, it does not worth it. Like, I don't think your $100 are worth, you know, this is little bit of extra Bear damage at that stage of the game. But you invested quite a bit in Geronimo, so if you want to finish him, I understand as well. You can get the widget for gems only, right? You don't have to spend money for that, so that's quite okay actually. Do we do that board? The only reason the 4-star in that case is to join Bear. I have 1,200 mythic shards, so I could 4-star ammos. Yeah, I think I would really wait Gen 5 if I were you, but you do you, right? But I would really consider wait Gen 5. Let's go. Let's see if we get lucky. Should I record that just in case? Let's record it as well. So we have times 4, times 3, times 2, double fire crystal, bit of charms. Let's see how we do. Time 3. Wow, that's a bit of a pressure. Wow, that's a waste. Wow, that's terrible. Oh, it hurts. The luck hurts. I'm lucky, but it hurts. Wow. I'm lucky, but it hurts. That was the best board I ever had, I think. And wow. Times 2, so that's not too bad. That, you know, there is a bit of hope. Yeah, I mean, Gen 4 really, for me, Gen 4 really is falling out of grace right now. Amos is considered to be a good joiner, is not. You invest so much in Mia that Reyna is not that much of a boost. You used to not care that much about Mia in the past, to be honest. So, so yeah, it is what it is, right? How much do I get? I get 12. That's 84, so I should stop playing. I should really stop playing. That's, you know, that's my advice. I should follow my advice. I should follow my advice. So we don't get enough to play more, so we go back to that. Wow, it did not work. $500 for VIP 10, so 600 for Geronimo. That's terrible. Yeah, that's, I mean, again, you do you, but that's a lot of money for a bit of bear damage. To me again. Even to be the proud owner of a Geronimo, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for that. Maybe one more round for the 100 milestone. Yeah, but the issue is like, if I do that, I can be stuck with the last 2 tiles, which is like more than 50% chance of getting it. So if I start to play now, I'm gonna go to 84 with this. That the second day I have nothing else, so there's nothing else to get. And I'm gonna go to 84, and you need 96 to clear the board. So I'm gonna be stuck with one click to do, and it's gonna be in terms of odds, it's gonna be very likely be the fire crystal. So playing now, okay, I get that, but I basically screw myself over based on odds and probability. So that's that's where you need to stop playing, because you have very, very little chance to get where you want to be when that's the case, when it's like that. The odds are very, very small. I can try to look at Discord quickly. What are the odds? But I just make Discord a bit bigger. We just go to the guides. I know a guide that makes written guides as well, so you have everything available at most of the time, easy to find compared to most Discords. Probably not yet how I want it to be. So the odds, when I click on the last, on tile 9, the odds is 56%. So yeah, of course I can get it, but I might not get it as well. I'm not sure I'll get it, so yeah. Oh, all right, it's going for a full board. Yeah, that's my strategy, Snowy. I go for full boards, and that's in average, that's what gives you the most. That's simple as that. People made simulation and they crush the numbers and stuff, and what gives you the most in average and what the safest way to play is going full board. So I do what I preach usually. Because I first find this information for myself before I share it with everybody else. So when I found it, I'm like, okay. Meteor. You're welcome. And you can gamble if you want to, but when you are like, I have enough to click 9 of these. And when I click number 9, it's 56% chance to get it when there are 2 left. It's not, it's a bit more than 50, but it's still a lot of chance not to get it. So I can still be extremely, extremely unlucky. That could still be a thing. So no Mia's Fortune. We'll play a bit on the farm. I have enough to play 1 round on the farm. So we'll finish the stamina here. I need to check the title. I have 12 minutes left, so we can delay a bit. I'll try to squeeze, I have a few more missions I can do today, so I'll try to squeeze 1 more of these as well. I'll try to squeeze 1 more of these. I really need, I don't need for ranking, but I really need these crazy, like freaking alliance points, whatever. I'm like, I've made 700. I was dry at the beginning of the week. I used all of them, so I need to kind of gain them back now. So that's why I push so hard for that. So let's do 20. So that's the last difficulty level. So the last difficulty level is 1 billion. For level 20, the rewards are a bit insane when you look at the rewards. They are really good compared, I don't know what you have, but that start to be real rewards, I find that pretty good. I don't know what you find, but that's pretty nice when you reach level 50. And 1 billion power, it's I mean, my March is 2 billion right now, but that scale, that's a difficulty that scale for Fire Crystal 6 to 8. So if you are Fire Crystal 6 to 8 and you unlock that difficulty, it's probably not a walk in the park for most of you. Of course, for the for the spenders, it's never too hard to do this, but I go now. Good night, Zen. Thank you for being here every time. And welcome to everybody else. We are nearly 60 tonight. It's one of the biggest stream when it comes to numbers. It's really really, really cool, guys. I don't know if you realize what it is to be on the other side, Can we do that more? We have a few more stamina, so that's really okay. We have a tiny bit more. So when you burn 40 cans, you are safe. But I did some Polar Terror today without thinking, so... Good night, dear Tonton. I'm not going, huh? I'm staying, but if you go, good night as well. I'm staying for at least half an hour-ish, something like that. We have that in front of us. Wrapping up what we have to do in game, and it's really time for you guys if you have any questions. I could, it's not super sexy what I'm doing online. So we did the main events tonight. I'll roll some dice on my farm. We can play some dead shots. I have quite a bit to do. As well. I don't know what they're gonna do with dead shots. Not sure what could be a good thing to do with dead shots. So that's ×5. So will be really nice to have a few more arrows. Okay, well, never mind. You can't always get what you want in life, apparently. So that's not too bad. That's a bit, I'm okay with that. I just want the reward as well, the milestone reward, because they start to be a bit more interesting. So we seem to get the +1 tonight. So that's the same as earlier. I just like 2 arrows more. Wow. Did we get better this time? Lot of speed ups. I mean, that's not terrible, For free shit, that you don't have to do anything to get extra. Oh, that's one of these. Let's try another strategy. Let's do the corner. Let's do middle. I'm going a bit too quick for the game. So now we have the upgrade, but we don't really have the extra chest. That's often how I don't know for you, but that's often how I have it, right? It's like you rarely get both at once. Somehow. So that's pretty good for what it is. That's pretty decent. These stones are, like they are lethality and health, so wow, that's terrible. I don't think I ever had... So, wow, and that's only resources. Oh, that does not feel good, let me tell you. Let me tell you that this one is not... is going down the drain of the history of the worst dead shot you can do in the universe. So we have these in 6 minutes. 6 minutes and we have the buff, so let's clear that. Let's clear these as soon as they are done. Can I... someone else took it, right? So that's perfect, and see if we can do one more. With the buff, I'm gonna go to bed, like... I'm gonna train half of that without speed up. Because now I don't need to use research speed up anymore. I cannot use building speed ups. So there is nothing to use building speed ups on. I cannot use research speed ups anymore. I don't need any research. Except on experts, but it's not really... So whenever I need to do like 1,000 minutes of speed ups, like for stuff like that, I kind of need to do training nowadays, or experts, one or the other. It's not as... But that allows me to kind of burden, a few hours a day on these tasks and to make a lot of points. Really make a lot of points in Alliance Championship, so that's really cool. Alliance Mobilization, sorry. And these chests sometimes give you good reward as well, so it's a lot of everything. So I'm really not complaining about being done with most of the research speed-ups in the game. Nabil, are you there? You wanted to do some arenas. Nabil wanted me to do some arenas today, but I can do them a bit later. And then... I want to go on the farm a bit, but I don't want to meet these, so... Tonton, did you finish your Intel Beast, the bounties? No, not at all. I think there are 50 of them or something. Or 60, I don't know. But there are like many more levels. I'm nowhere near there. It's pretty tough, to be honest. I think some of our whales finished it lately, but these are pretty beefy and they are like 5 billion power march. My march is, if I do today my best march, so I have pets and I have 10% buffs, right? And I don't have deployment, right? So let's say it's 3 billion my march. With 20% buff, it might go like to 3.5, maybe something like that. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, nowhere near done with it. So it's a pretty tough one. And I tried multiple, I tried when I buffed 20% in Tundra Arms League and events like that. So I tried like 60-40, 40-60, I tried 45-10-45, 48, 4-48. I tried all of that. But that's a good way to try your march, to be honest. I forgot to mention it earlier when we talked about it, but that's a decent way to train it and to test it. It's not really not too bad to do that here. Because you can, you need to do like 10 of each to see the average. It's not as good as against heroes, of course, but that's kind of a dummy, right? In the sense of like, it's like flat stat, the troops do not have any like kind of odd skills on the enemy side and stuff. So the outcome is like quite linear, and the variation on the outcome is mostly because of your own heroes and your own stuff going on, and not necessarily because when you test the march, you have like the variation of your troops, which have a percentage of chance to do stuff, right? Like all of these. Plus your heroes, plus the enemy's troop, plus the enemy's heroes and stuff, and it's a bit crazy. So it goes a bit crazy. So we are not there yet. And here we are 1 minute. So let's try to snipe the last one. I mean, I probably took half of the training mission. That's one of the issues as well. When you do that, you kind of taking them from your team, let's say. But it is what it is, You got to do what you got to do. .30 sec, we're good. Are we lucky? Are we lucky, chat? That's terrible missions, because you often get these missions when you get the mercenary prestige. And then nobody is doing polar terrors, and then you are stuck with these forever. Like, these missions are terrible as well. That's, so bad. So bad. These are really so bad. That's really insane. So let's refresh. And see you in half an hour. I'm, keeping the gems mission in case someone want to push. Buying as well. That's, 10k gems. Like, who cares? But I might use a 1 or 2 gem mission. I don't think I want to, but I might. So let's go on the farm a bit. We've done most of what we had to do today. We keep arena for the end. We did exploration. We need 23 stamina, so we'll wait a bit to do one more. What is the best strategy for using pet marks? Wow. You want me to get into troubles, aren't you? There are two schools, right? And I think the for me it's always like the middle path is often the best. It depends on you spend, it depends on many things, but there are mostly two schools. It's either doing normally or using the new strategies to refine stats one by one. It's like, are you aware of that? Are these things like understood and known by you, or you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and so on? Let's start with that and see where we go then. So what is this one? Yeah, I used the one by one last time. And you are disappointed with it, or what? Some people really dislike it and they find they waste their waystones. But there is a truth that you have to deal with, and that the people that complain about that strategy, they are not there yet. So that's something, not only holding anything against these people, but like when you don't have the issue of your bluestones being useless, it's hard to understand the benefits of the one by one stat strategy, right? When your bluestones are totally useless, it's another story. But most of us, we don't really have that issue because it's really much of a spender challenge. So what's up with all of that, I guess? Let's talk about it. I'm just finishing that, and then I'll show you a bit with the pets, where I think we are right now and what I think is best. And why I think it's best as well. So why and how? So let's go to pets, right? So something that happens, that takes forever. For most of us, free to play, it takes forever, but I think that's why the hybrid strategy, the best, is you go here, not here, you do your pets, right? So you go from gray to green, you skip like all these ones, they are not really good. Let's talk about the real stuff, like these guys. So you go from gray to green, very easy. That's 600 of these bluestones. I forgot. I have it on Discord. Let me check so I don't say anything stupid. And we look at the correct values. Pets. So gray to green is roughly 200 of these stones. So you spend see, like I've been saving for 2 months, I think, and I have 200. So that's just gray to green. So you go to gray to green, you do your 200 stone, that's okay. Then you go to green to blue. So these are still working, right? They still work very well. Then it starts to be 600 in average, 6 to 700. And then for most of us, we stop. Because the patch gonna release soon enough that we can just do blue on all of them, right? So you would just do blue on all of them. That will be the best. And if I were you, when I do blue on all of them, I will keep my advanced wild mark. So you do blue on all of them with the blue marks, and you keep your advanced wild marks for quite a while, probably a year, probably more. It's gonna take forever, but it is what it is. You do your refining until they are all like that, something like that. Then what I suggest you do is you pick 1 or 2 pets, and it's gonna take forever again unless you're a spender. You pick 1 or 2 pets and you put your blue stones, and I will consider the wild marks as well, the advanced wild mark, and you do the auto strategy. So you buff all the stats. So why do you want to do that? You want to have a pet in purple at some point, but see, for me, it's 2 years. It's not the case on my farm yet. It's barely the case on my main after 2 years, so it really takes forever. So you have a pet in purple, so then using the golden, the advanced wild marks on what pet makes sense, right? Because you're gonna improve all the stats on that one. So let's say the cave lion, you are increasing all the stats with the common wild mark. And as a free-to-play, to get from purple to golden stat, it's gonna take you forever, so you never have to worry about it, but you're gonna get some stat. And what I will do then on the other ones, but you can reserve 2 pets just in case you plan to play this game for the next 5 years or whatever. You can plan 2 or 3 pets to do like that, but that's far enough, you know. But there will be 8 pets that are like that, like the SSR ones, like that are polar terrors. So you can keep 1, 2, 3 that you do like that. You do all the stats, and when they are purple, you just use the advanced wild mark, because when you are purple, these are not working anymore. They are barely working anymore. And when you are golden, they are not working anymore. So that's why people invented the other stats. And on the other 3, 4 pets, 5 pets, you do stats one by one. So let's say you are playing Lancers Infantry, then you do Infantry Health, then you do Lancer Lethality, and you move on. You do Infantry Health, you do Lancer Lethality, and you move on. Let's say you care for bear damage, you can do Marksman Lethality everywhere, right? On these 3, 4, 5 pets, you can do Marksman Lethality everywhere, except the 1, 2, 3 pet that you keep to put all the stats on, you know, with your blue and with your wild marks, your advanced wild marks. In a perfect world, you want to keep your advanced wild marks until you are purple. But that's gonna take so long that you might have left the game before you are there as a free-to-play, low spender, medium spender like me. Like you might just have left the game before it happens. So, you know, I don't know if it's worth saving for that long, if that makes sense. So that's how I'm looking at pets. So in between, not black and white, in between. Do you know if the pets lower than SSR give the same stat per one mark? I think so, maybe. I could not really find much information about it, to be honest. I think so. Let's... how can we confirm that? Can we confirm that tonight? Because many people ask, and I'm not sure. How can we check that? Gray pet. Green pet. Yeah, so some people are commenting older pets, so the smaller ones, smaller increase but more consistent green hits, so they seems to be a bit easier to level up. Bigger, newer pets, the SSR ones, bigger increase but more consistent red hits. So what we will need to do if we wanted to test it ourselves, but it's a bit of sacrificing, but that's something I can do as VS next week. You might need to remind me a bit if you really want to know, because I might just forget. But on the day for pets, I could spend, you know, let's say, but I don't have a gray, you know, I don't have a green one for these anymore. That's a bit of the issue. Do you have one that is green? But I could compare like, I could compare gray versus purple, right? So we could use like, you know, and count the average of power and the average of stat we gain per stone on like 50 stones or 20 stones. So we use 20 on here, and we use 20 or 50 on the green, and we use 20 on the blue, and we use 20 on the purple, and we see if like there is a big gap. And if there is a big gap, we can test it maybe a bit further. But I don't really have the pets to set, you know, I don't really have the pets set up to test it, to be honest. That's not really great to test it, but that's how I will do it. As you say, gray to green 200. What is green to blue is like 600 to 700, and blue to purple is like 2000. So to go from gray to purple is like 3000 stones. And that's, you know, at the free to play, if you look at your bags, you sometimes you're like, you feel lucky, you're like, oh, I got a few and blah blah blah, and no, it's, you know, it's literally forever. It's literally forever. So yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough to do your pets properly and to put them to purple. It's really tough. Oh, we got a new thing. Tundra album optimizations. They did not say. See, we had hotfix 21 yesterday, and today we have hotfix 21 and hotfix 23rd of January. So that was fixed an issue preventing the refund of governor stamina after battle termination. Like, I don't know, it's like when you fail to attack a beast, when your march is touching your city again, you get the stamina refunded, and somehow that was not working, so that's a bit weird. I don't know what happened. But Tundra album optimization, the scene titled King of Combat in the Battlefield Epic team has been renamed as King of the Battlefield. Okay. Whatever. If it's just a name, whatever. Oh, Flaming Fang. Flaming Fang. So let's do a bit of that. So that's how I'm gonna do my pets. I'm gonna do two. Like the only risk you take with doing stats one by one is like very much long term, assuming they really make wild marks a lot more accessible. You will get kind of an issue to it's kind of break your pets to do the normal strategy. But I don't see a world where it's ever mattering. Like I know Cheese Ghoul was like, yeah, I wasted my pet stones and stuff. I think as soon as he's gonna be purple, he's gonna change his mind. But you know, we'll see. I've seen someone else as well. Because that's from the whales on my state, like people that are far further in their pets, like as soon as you are purple, the blue ones are crap. The blue ones are really crap. So either you are a monster whale that can buy, you know, what the whales are doing is like insane. They go here, and they do that. And see, it's like for me, it's like €1 per these. It's €1 per these, and you need thousands and thousands of these to go to golden stats and max out the golden stat. I have the data on the Discord. You need how to upgrade your pet effectively as a spender, strategy 2, wild marks. So there was 2 strategy used. Some people use some blue ones to start and then they use the advanced one, and some people I think use the advanced one right away. And the average in both cases was above $2,000 per pet. So to max the necessary pets, in terms of stat, it's above 2,000 per pets. It's like 2.3, 2.4, 2.5. So it's like, you know, that's a bit of money, right? That's really a bit of money. So unless you are that kind of spender and you need all the stats because you are the main rally joiners, I think for most of us, like the specific stats are really far better, and you get that far a lot more quickly. So I think it still makes sense to focus on some stats. It still makes sense. Hello, what date is Chinese New Year event? We don't know, Sam. We know that Chinese New Year is quite later this year. If you look at it, it starts around Valentine and it's like late February. So we know it's not now. We know it's in a month from now. So if we have an event, it's in a month from now. Because it's not happening now. Last year it was at this time, but it seems to move. I don't know anything about Chinese New Year, but apparently it's not the same the same time every year somehow. If someone knows why, you know, enlighten us. But so for me, I assume it will be same time as last year, because for me a new year is always, you know, 31st of December to the 1st of January from my background and culture, and apparently it's not the case everywhere. So it's not now, so we wait. So we will have probably Valentine and we will have the Chinese New Year. So I don't know what they're gonna do. That's why we have Tundra Adventure. It's because the January event tend to be the New Year, or the Chinese New Year, and there is none. So it's not the time for it yet. So, and it was a long time since we got Tundra Adventure. So last year it was, this time it's 17th. No, it's February if you look. It's not a Chinese New Year date. New Year 2026. You might just have typed the month wrong, but it's February 17 to the 3rd of March. So I don't know which is the right date. I guess it's February 17, which is just after Valentine's, on the 14th. And Valentine's has been one of the recurring like big events in the game. They always did something for Valentine's. Some other seasonal event, they skip them sometimes, or they make like smaller version and stuff. But Valentine's, we always got it like a full-blown event. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I cannot tell you for sure. I have no idea. But we will got some things to look after and to enjoy. We'll get some event, that's for sure. Yeah, Feb. Okay, so we agree. That's cool. So yeah, probably a month from now, something like that. In a little bit. Let's do that. Let's see if we are lucky. We got more than 96, so we can clear a full board. We got some charm, some speed up, some resources. Let's get lucky on the farm because we did not get lucky on the main, so... Oh, we got lucky. That's not too bad. Next round. So can we do it? So we need 96. We are getting 94. So here, the last tile I won't be able to click. It's the last day, I'm not gonna spend money, so I'm not playing. Some people will want to try their luck. The odds of winning is super, super low. So I prefer to be safe and have a steady income. If we look back at Mia, we did earlier, but if we look back at Mia, the first click is 1.79% chance to get it. It's not 1 out of 10, it's 1.79% chance to get it. So if I click here, even if it cost me only 1, I got 1.75% chance to get it. So yeah, so when it's below 96, you do not play. And someone got very lucky. Wow, some people got quite lucky. So it happens, right? But I prefer that it happens when I got enough to play again later. So that was quick. That was quick. And we can do some of these. And 11 sec, so we are nearly there. So I'm really curious about the new year. Because the issue is like there is Valentine's, Chinese New Year, and there is Whiteout Survival Anniversary 3rd year. So usually I think the game releases in February, but they tend to make the celebration in early March, probably because of Valentine, right? And maybe not many people played initially. It was maybe a beta kind of game. I don't know, something like that. I'm not too sure why they do it a bit later. But for sure they do it later. So that's something. So either they do like a kind of mega one-time event, new cool thing, which will be really nice if they go that route, or they give us, like let's say they give us Valentine, let's say they give us anniversary that are regular seasonal event, and like for the Chinese New Year they do like a silver shell kind of event. They do like a that they have done in the past, right? When there was too many seasonal events for whatever reason, or they wanted to do one instead of the other, we got like a silver shell event or something like that with the theme of the seasonal event. So it's more like a spender and 3 days or whatever, 5 days kind of event that's very small, and then you still have another seasonal event. So that happened I think last year or 2 years ago, I forgot which one. But there, there is like the Children's Day around May, then you have Easter, then you have a bunch of events like that around May, March, April, whatever. And we were expecting to get the Children's Day, and we got like a Silver Shell Children's Day event, something like that. So that they do that as well from time to time. So it's a bit hard to, to know what will be happening there, I guess. But hopefully we got something cool. It's before my holidays as well, so I'll be able to cover it, so I'm happy with that. Did I launch the right difficulty? I have a doubt. You cannot really see what difficulty you launch, right, when you select it. That seems to be the same as my main, so that should be the latest one. Are new experts expected to come? I don't know. I mean, there are some people claiming that they have leaks about new experts, and I've seen some images around and stuff. The truth is we don't know, so we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Well, my march sheet that week? Let's see if I get it. Hey, Lucifer OG, bro, can you guide me on what to upgrade and focus on? Yeah, but you need to give me a bit more. You need to give me a bit more context, so I actually give you something that's useful for you. But yeah, we can totally look at that. I have like, if you know, if we get quiet, I go in 10. I might go in 10 anyway. I think I want to sleep. I want to go to bed. It will be 10 p.m. for us. I think I'll go to bed. I need to get some sleep today. So let's do a good 5 minutes for your question if you want to. That's why I do the stream as well. It's, you know, it's to answer questions. Let's see if we get lucky on the farm. 2 + 2 XP on the next tile. That's really not good. 80 coin, that's really not great. 3, wow. That's a terrible day. 1, 1, 1. Wow. Everything is terrible today. Everything is terrible today on that event. I got 3k. Once I got 6k with the farm. So once I got very lucky, so I got the mount already. But I might do the portrait, to be honest. I might do that. I prefer it, I think. I like it quite a bit. Someone said if the chief gear is good for infantry, you should upgrade charms for marksman instead. That's an option to go about it, right? That's and you know, you have charms, you have balance, you have hero gear, you have research, so you can balance things. Like sometimes people tell you, I mean, overall you want to do your infantry first most of the time, and then lancers or marksmen, it depends a bit about troops you want to play with. Do you care about bear damage? Do you want to play 60-40 because it's good to burn cities, like things like that. So like what next depends a bit on a few other factors. But infantry, yes. But if you do infantry here, plus infantry charms, plus infantry research, plus infantry chief gear, you could, if you go a bit too heavy, you could have a... Is that bad? I don't think it's bad, to be honest, but it's you might be a bit more nuanced with your balancing. So if you care to do like bear damage, but you want to be, if you know, efficient with fighting, then you can mix, right? You do infantry here, for example, on both, and then research and hero gear, you do a bit more marksman, and you balance your stats out that way. That's not I mean, that's something I often say as well. So I'm so bored. Hello, welcome. Can you check my location? I'm kind of in the middle of doing things as well, but I'll check. But I cannot see much with, you know, with your location. That the kind of, I mean, I can see your chief gear if you show chief gear and charms, it helps actually. So I'll have a look. but you know, it's better if you show stuff. I mean, you probably do good. You probably spend already. Yeah, you spend quite a bit already to get there in FC9 with Geronimo. But if you want, so in that case, for me, like if you want me to help you with anything, it's like, okay, what do you do? Are you a rally leader? Are you not? If so, what ratio are you using? Are you using any specific ratio, like 50-0-50 or 40-60-40 or whatever? So we can start to have a conversation around like that supports that. But you do the traditional, you do infantry first, marksman second, lancer third, so you seem to do 50-20-30, if I had to bet. How is your evening going, Tonton? Good, I'm tired today. Was emotionally for no particular reason, but it was not the lightest day. Was a bit heavy. I did not feel the best of my life, but that's okay. Happy to be here. Is this works to exchange steel for fire crystal shards? It depends on your level of spending and how much steel you have. Like the likely answer is yes, to a certain limit, right? It's depending on which packs you buy and stuff, and I can kind of quickly go through it, but I'll tell you how it went for me, right? I had 10 million when because of transfers and stuff. When the War Academy release, I got 10 million. So you can exchange a lot when you have 10 million. You can go down to 1 or 2 million if you are 100% free to play. There is no problem with going down to 2 million still. If you start to buy, that's the best pack for the Fire Crystal Shard. If you start to buy this one, plus if you start to buy the commission, plus if you start to convert some of your Fire Crystal to Shard, then you need to either do not spend any steel or spend very, very little. But the more you buy, the faster you go, the less steel you convert. But if you are free to play, you can go down to 2-3 million steel, no problem. Really no problem. Unless you have like a shit amount, unless you have accumulated 200 or 300 days of general and research speedups for whatever reason, like to go for a city skin or something. So you keep a bit more because your research is costing still. But if you are like not having a lot of research speedups, you can go down to 1 or 2 million. There is no problem with that. That's free to play. Gen 60, are still fine. 50-20-30 with Wayne, better than 60-40 with Greg. But what context? Also, it we hope we can get better. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of work as well lately. I've been having long weeks, going to bed a bit late, working over the weekend a bit sometimes. So probably a bit much going on. I'm rally leader 49-49. Max, Geronimo, Alonso, Mia, Gen 4. I mean, if that's what you are, that's pretty good. That's really pretty good. We can go back to your city. You can totally all in on. Okay, you hide it now, but you can totally all in on that, right? You can leave your lancers behind unless you use them for defense and stuff. But if you're like a, that could work. The only issue with your lancers behind is, you're gonna get a bit weaker in like Canyon, but do you really care about Canyon, to be honest? Some viewers have been registering with that kind of ratio that you use in Alliance Championship, and they tell me it works well. I don't really have much experience with that myself. We don't really have much people doing that right now. We have one, and he's not really of a spender of a very strong person, but he's built really like for marksmen, so we tried that. But I did not really look at the report this week, to be honest. I'm a bit swamped in stuff to do, so that's something that does not impact you too much in AC. Seems to be totally worthy and doable with it's good that you keep some lancers. I don't know if you know why, but I can explain if you don't know why you want some lancers, but it's really good you have like 2 or 4% of lancers in your ratio. That's really important. If you want to send a report, that's my coordinate, I'll be back to my main, so if you want to, I'll leave it there for a sec. if you want to have a look. But if you want to send a report of your stats, and we can have a look at the rest. But that he seems to know what you do. From a quick overview. So you are, what generation are you? You don't have the exchange for charms, right? So you don't have a need to. I mean, the 11 is done, right? So you can level up the other ones. For me, like, if you don't want to ignore your lancers, the gap between these is really okay. You could ignore your lancers further. Some people do that, and they will really, stop. Basically, you got like the 80-20 of your lancers, if that makes sense. Going further, and you know that because you spend, gonna cost you a lot more. So you could, there is two worlds, right? Or you keep that kind of ratio with whatever, with research, with all of that. Or you just go like, F it. I'm just gonna be 48 for 48 player for a long time. It's working. People make it work. You can see some strategies about it, like 60-0-40 with like Molly and Philly as defender works well. People manage to play with that, and it works very well. Stuff like that. So there are ways to make it work, right? And for you, it means that you can spend 2/3. I mean, you can spend like your full money on that. So you can go either balance and kind of keep that distance, so it's like 2 or 3 levels compared to your infantry, and 1 or 2 levels compared to your marksman. That's really decent. That's really that's really fair. That's really fair. That's no problem. It's just that some gens, lancers might be a bit better. Some generation marksmen might be a bit better. So you are susceptible to like the current meta and the best combination we found to play the game. But you cannot do everything, right? We don't have unlimited money. We don't have unlimited budget. So you have to make decisions. So if you do your lancers, everything is weaker. But you are more all around, and you can kind of, Here it allows you as well to not do all heroes and pick the ones that are good for, marksmen and infantry as well. And, everything that's good for like lancers ratio. So you don't have to do, if you wanted to, you do not have to do your Rene widget to level 10, for example, right? You might be like, I'd rather get a strong infantry or something like that. Or do like widget 10 on marksman every gen, because that's quite a bit of money already. So things like that, you can make these kind of choices, and you're gonna make it work. It's good enough, it works. Hello Tonton, hello Coco. SVS is coming soon, and I'm wondering if you have any new suggestion for Rally Joiner or Garrison in Gen 9. Rally Joiner, no, I did not work on it. I don't have the time, to be honest with you. We are Gen 9, so but I don't think we do the best often. I think we are stuck in using some of the not always the best ratios and stuff, and I don't want to push too much. I don't have the energy for that right now, or the focus or the time. But joiners is very simple, and we'll go to my main, and can talk about joiners. But it's really, really simple. Just that you have a bit more option. Let's do it here actually, because I need to do this. So we've seen that you want to ditch all the 20% joiners. So everything that's not 20%, you ditch. So Magnus, you can use as a joiner if you don't use him in your rally. That's okay. That's 20%. Fred, you ditch. Bradley, 25% attack up. If you don't use him, you can. And you want 4 different ones. Gatot, I did not really tested it properly, but PCB from Wosnerd was saying that Gen 9, it seems to be okay. It seems to be pretty good, and it seems to be above the 20% ones. Which I'm a bit confused by it. I'm not saying it's not true, because I trust him. I'm a bit confused because it's kind of causing the same issue as Amos. It's like, it's keeping your infantry alive, but then your marksman and your lancer are still gonna die, so you might have like longer fights, and you might have the feeling that you are holding on longer and resisting and not dying and stuff, but you don't have any marksmen or lancers to do any damage, so you are losing the battle anyway. So I'm a bit... I need to look into it. Elise is not good. Rene, if you have lancers, you need one Rene. That's very simple. As soon as you are using 60-40 or 40-60, whatever you want, one Rene. Gwen, she's not... It's a 25%, but she's not working well. We don't really know what's up with her skill. There are multiple theories, but... not working well. Hector is not a 25%. Lynn is sucks. So let's, Mia, you want her, right? So in what we've seen, right? Magnus could be, Bradley could be, apparently Gatot could be, but I'm not really sure yet. I need to look into why more. Rene is a must if you have Lancers. Mia is a must if you don't have her, because if you followed what I said less recently, like that 50% chance to happen is per troop type. So if you have 48 for 48, and that's why you want 3 troop types, is giving you 87.5 in average percentage chance to proc 50%. So if you make the calculation of that, that's 43% chance. That 43% increased damage every turn in average. That's far better than Jesse, it's far better than Siyun, it's far better than Bradley, it's far better than any other hero. So you will want one Mia. The only thing I'm just confused about is... No, I'm not confused about it. It's because you use it in the rally leader march when you use 48 for 48. The rally leader has Mia. So you don't want a second Mia because your chances of cursing is already 87.5. So a second Mia will just increase that chances and not increase the damage. So she's stacking very, very poorly, but you always want one Mia. So if you have Lancers, you want one Mia, one Rene. That's for sure, for example. If you have Marksman, Mia is already in the list of heroes, very likely, so you don't need her. So you can start to use the other ones. Wooming seems to be one of the only defensive rally joiner that seems to be worth it because of the skill reduction as well. Overall, Nora is to be stacked if you use Marksman 3 or 4 times. You can have, a Patrick. Some people use a Patrick with 3 or 4 Noras. I'm not too sure exactly what's going on with the, the best setup here. But people use at least 2, most of the time 3 or 4 Noras when they use Marksman. Amos, not good. We talked about it on the Discord. It's explained why on the Discord. Philly is not that bad. She's a 25%. So you could eventually use a Philly. She's a 25%. That's really okay. Reyna, she's not considered a 25%. She's kind of in between. She was kind of put on the side for whatever we've done before Gen 7 to 9. So I will still put her aside. And then you have the 25% that are purple. So you will get your Patrick, your Sergey, your Jesse. And the only one I'm missing right now is Hendrik, which is really good because Hendrik is a 25% of a very unique skill. So it's adding 25% of the side of the equation, but there is no overlap except if you are using Hendrik in the rally leader, right? So if you are using Hendrik in the rally leader march, you don't want to duplicate the skill. But if there is no Hendrik in the rally leader, you can use Hendrik. So that's what I can say for the joiners. So all the 25%, Wooming, Mia, Rene, seems Gatot, but to be understood why he is worth it. Because one of the issue with Amos is like your infantry don't die, but everything else does, so it does not really matter. That's my understanding, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. With that, so let me know, Coco, if it's helpful. But that's, joiners is the AD part nowadays. Now that I understand joiners is the AD part. And I'll go check the report. I'll go very soon, guys. It's a bit already further than I said, so I'm gonna go... I'll just check with the wife what she does. Maybe she's not... I'm kind of cooked, to be honest, so we'll do arena as well, so... So that's Lucifer. So that's your stats, solo march. That was, I guess, Foundry or Canyon or whatever. Or Frostfire Mine. not too long ago. So these are pretty good. I mean, you're doing very well with your gear and stuff. You know, these are hard to get when you are lower, and you are above 20%. Okay, missing pets. I mean, for me, it's good. Like, I'm lacking experience at the well to tell you if that's the right balance here, right? If the balance is perfect here, I don't know for sure, but it looks good enough to me. It looked good enough to me. If you just care about rally leading, if you really just care about rally leading, you can really double down on these, you know, on these 4 pieces, right? If you care a bit about arena too, you know, it's really cheap to put them, all of them 39, even your lancer, even your lancers, because you're not gonna use Mia for arena, I guess, or maybe you do, whatever. But you know, whether you change gear or not. But I find that putting everything to 39. And soon for you, 59 is probably kind of cheap compared to like pushing one more piece to 100. But I get it if you want to do it, if you really care about the rally leader side, right? I would not go beyond with the widget on Alonso. It's too late for Alonso. So it's like for you, it's more time to get Gwen next time. And if you can do the widgets, you know, it's gonna be amazing. But it's expensive. Like doing widgets to level 10 is a lot of money, and that's gonna all go to waste. So that's one of the trap for spenders, is like focusing too much on doing all the heroes or many heroes with widget 10, and then most of your money is just going to the bin over time. So it's like accepting maybe to miss 1 or 2 level of widgets, or you know, 2 to 4, accepting these things to really buff the rest. And then when the rest is really strong, then maybe, you know, in the later gen you push a bit more the widgets. But it's gonna get a lot easier to get some of the widget with, you know, with Agnes, with the mystery badges and all of that's gonna get a bit easier for you. So thoughts on using Alonso as bear joiner? I think he's okay, to be honest. I think he's okay. I looked a few times and I could not find much on Alonso, to be honest. So I don't know if it was not tested, because it's technically a 20%, but for bear, you know, 20% is enough for bear. That's lethality. So like that's, you know, JC is lethality. If you look at JC, it says damage, but that's lethality. That's improving, that's adding 25% of the lethality side of the equation of your damage, right? Of the mass that's calculated by the game. Damage up is lethality, and attack up is buffing the attack. So that's why you want 1 JC, 1 CU, and often you buff both sides, right? In many of the rallies. So that's just as, that's a 20% attack up. So it's 20, Geronimo is 25% attack up, JC is 25% attack up, Jasser is 25% attack up. So that's a bit worse. That's a bit bursty. If you are lucky, you could get a lot of it. You can get higher damage. If you are unlucky, you will get lower damage. So I will not... For bear, you tend to want to get consistent damage to be, you know, safe. That's what people tend to prefer. So, you know... But it's totally usable for that. It's a 20% lethality. So, you know, it's a level 4 skill on JC, basically. But I will try to send him to rally leader that, you know, that I would not take the spot of a JC, for example, if that makes sense. If I can. If I can. Isn't 50, 20, 30 better than 45, 10, 45 for Labyrinth, Tala? For me, not at all. For me, 45, 10, 45 worked better 99% of the time I tried. Yeah, we know tomorrow, Coco. We know tomorrow. We have SVS matchmaking, so we'll see. We'll see very, very soon. What state are you in? I forgot. But might be fun, you know. I might burn you Saturday. Or you might burn me, I don't know. Maybe you're stronger. I don't remember seeing a report from you, so I don't know. Maybe you kick my butt, you know. Thought on using Alonso. They updated the first skill. Main reason is to have 6 March. Yeah, if you care to have a 6 March. For me, I mean, I'm doing it now, but I'm kind of tired of it, more or less. I think I should actually, to be honest with you, what I should do in my March, it's my farm. I don't care on my farm. I'm using 3 joiner. For most of my life, I've been using JC Jasser Siyun and no heroes, and it does not really matter. Does not really make a difference. I cannot get that freaking... I've been refreshing all day. Like, that's one of the worst bad luck streak I got on my farm. One of the worst. Wow, that's not a big bear. Wow. There are freaking 4 of them tonight. Oh, Webster is here. That's good for them. Okay, now they have a bit more. Okay, I was afraid it was very low. Check your DM and you will see my gear. Servers, yeah, 1043. That I should remember. We talked about it quite a few times. But I'm not really good with remembering these things. But on where I haven't been able to do proper upgrade because of my inconstant activity. Okay. But you know, that's already pretty good for where you are. That's already pretty good. You know, if you are like in and out of the game or limited spendings and stuff, you probably spend quite a bit already. Like seasonal events are good and there are a few good packs, like, you know, Journey of Light, Myriad Badar, stuff like that. Like, it really does not make a lot of sense to buy like from these regular packs at your level of spending for most of them, right? Like seasonal event will be quite better, Journey of Light will be quite better, and these are happening enough now that, you know, 2 years ago we had these very rarely, most of these events did not exist, so you will buy regular packs, but nowadays, between the seasonal and these packs, you know, you get all you need. And that's easily, you can easily spend nearly 1,000 a month with these like regular events, so that's a lot of money. Coco, I did not receive a DM, so was it on Discord? Because I don't have one from you. Or am I blocking you? No, I don't think I blocked you. I don't block many people on Discord. But I got like stupid shit offered to me every day, so. So you should not be blocked, and it was not in game. Look like everyone is tired today, not just you, Tundra. It's Sunday, so... Is it Sunday? It's Saturday. See, I don't even know the day. Someone wanted to see the arena, so I'm just gonna let them run, you know? So if they watch the replay, Nabil, I don't know if you are there, but you can see the replay. I'll try to find good matches, because that's not really close. So Coco, but yo, you sent me, I don't know if it was you, but you know, I looked at your report before. Yeah, you kick my butt, man. You kick my butt anytime. With your level 10 widgets and your maxed out gear and stuff. So I'm not gonna try to zero you. I'll try to zero your friends instead, and you know, I'll ban your village and stuff, but thank you. I'll pass on burning you. If you have your main march out and you know you are naked in your city, maybe I have a small chance. Yeah, for me I'm not pushing, so it's not gonna be better this time. I'm keeping from Gen 10. So not doing anything this time around. So see, like my 3 marksmen, I mean, that's this guy is not too far, right? But it's a big let's try to find that's one from our state. That should be quite easy. I would want to see someone that's maybe 52, you know, million power, and that's a bit stronger, but that's Zura middle, so that's already a lot better. but see, like, getting destroyed. It depends on the gens for Arena. So you have some good combos. What you have, Lean, Alonso, Greg. That's a very good combo. Some people mentioned to me that Gwen, Wayne, Lean is working very well as well. That's not a surprise, to be honest. If you ask me, that's really not a surprise. Then Xura, Hendrik, in my case, good Gwen, because I don't have Hendrik, and Bradley are working very well, but you need a bit of gear on Gwen so she survives. But you see, like, often you will see she is being healed back full again. So like, we'll try to see a few matches. So Denise is doing bear, so he removed his gear for matchmaking. He removed his gear for matchmaking. So that's maybe an interesting one, right? That's Hendrik, Xura, that's close to me. So here I could, that's not an easy one. Sometimes, these, let's put ×1 and let's see what happens. But you will see that Xura is gonna heal quite a lot. So if they ever hit Gwen, see here, bam, full life again. Wow, I totally freaking destroy him. But you see, like, you will see in some of the fights, like, Gwen is going low, back up, low, back up, low, back up, which means, like, the next spells are all going on Gwen. That's a bit better. That's a bit lower in power, but he has a bit better here. So let's see. But, it should be a no match. And you see their backline, like when Geronimo and Gwen is firing. So Gwen is 4. I mean, Geronimo will do first, right? So Geronimo, boom. Xura, paf, everything dies. But you see she's healing back up right away. Like the AoE damage did nothing to her. Like she's healing herself immediately. See how tanky she is? So that's really insane. That's what really makes 3 marksmen work very well with Xura, is because they just stay alive so much. I mean, we won someone like that, but they were having like far lower expert bonus, so that might be a bit harder, but let's see. That's for science. Let's see if we can show you the power of Xura, because people spit on her all the time. It's like Xura sucks and stuff. See, like she was hitting Bradley, but Bradley was not damaged, so that's okay. Or she was buffing him maybe even. So let's see. Things are going up. So Bradley was damaged, but he's full life. She's full life again. So Hendrik will blast again. See, he's damaging everything. Full life again. Hendrik attack Bradley. Full life again. And then, so they blast Gren. Wow, that's rough. See, like, crazy how they hit each other? It's just that freaking is destroying me. So I got destroyed because Hendrik is really, really strong compared to Gwen, even if somehow Gwen stayed alive longer. So that was really interesting. Because I think Hendrik died. But that's Fred. That's basically Fred alive is like destroying my marksman. I mean, for me, if you care about Arena, for me, Xura is a must. Yeah, if you care about Arena. So you see that Hendrik, I mean, is healing quite a bit as well on the other side. But what's killing me? Wow. See the amount of things it takes. So they die together, and then Xura and Fred is better than Xura and Bradley, basically. Because they don't really do enough damage to damage Fred. So that's why I avoid usually people that are too close to me with Hendrik. I'm still avoiding people with Hendrik that are too close to me usually. I don't go against these guys because I regularly lose. And I have like two levels more on my expert, more or less. That's gonna be insane. That's a big we will see because I'm quite stronger. But that's Hendrik, and he should have Xura middle, but we'll see how it goes. So see, like my Gwen, how much heal she gained back. Boom, boom, boom. So Xura died. So that's why you don't want Xura on that side. Because she dies too quick. Even if she stays alive, she dies too quick. If she was middle, he might have win, to be honest. If she was middle, he might have win that one. So that's a big mistake people make. And you want a bit of gear on the Xura so she stays, you know, she basically stays alive. For it to work, you kind of need three gears, right? For me, what I've done is I've put a tiny bit of essence stones and I've put it level 100 with XP because I could, right? But, you know, it was working with like level 50 and 60 of XP. And you want not just lethality, but you want the stats on the piece, right? So you want all the piece to be upgraded. You just don't want the lethality like you do regular heroes. You will want to do all the piece upgraded a bit. So that's why I suggest Xura, because it's really insane to me. It's really, really good. And what else you care about at that side of the game, you know? You care to get arena, you have your Olger max for most of us, or close to max. It's so many rewards. Like, why wouldn't you do that, to be honest? Why wouldn't you do that? I think you should really consider it at least. I'll check the other one later because these are not from the stream today. But I think that's it for me, guys. It's already half an hour more than I was thinking to do. I'll get some sleep. Bear is over. We'll finish the dice tomorrow. See what we buy when during the Foundry stream. I think it's gonna be a lot of these, to be honest. I don't think I care about 1 or 2 more marching skin. My marching, you know, speed is good enough. Or either is a, you know, some charm, but that's 400. That's one freaking charm. That hurts me, you know, just to think about it. That's really hurtful. Just to think that's only one freaking charm. You know, that's one freaking piece of with essence stones, right? But I care a lot more about that right now. So I might just do that tomorrow. Thank you. You too. Have a good night too. Yeah, I think I'll go. That's a good way to wrap up. You know where to find me on Discord if you have questions or in game. Discord seems to be hard to, you know, when I wake up sometimes there are so many things going on and half of them are already answered by you guys. So if you ever need me on Discord and I'm not answering to, is like I'm just too behind with stuff, which happens some days nowadays. Or that I assume that it was answered by someone else and that was satisfying to you. But if it's not and you wanted, you know, my opinion, let's say, you know, you can always ping me again or bump the thread or whatever. That's really okay. Just trying to be a bit efficient with time. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday day. Sunday for some of you already. Nearly there. Good night, good day. See you tomorrow for Foundry. Hopefully we have a nice match. And yeah, thank you very much for being so many every time. That's really cool. We are still 45. We peaked nearly at 60. So that's amazing. That's a blessing. So thank you very much. Good night and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.